Hey lovelies, welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's get into today's video. Today we're going to be talking about the key things I picked up from the latest episode of Married to Medicine. Now before that, please make sure you hit that like button, make sure you leave a comment, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Now let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to talk about is when Fedra went over to Quad's house, right? And Heavenly came over. And Heavenly basically brought up to Quad about her not really taking accountability. They went back and forth on that before Quad finally relented and acknowledged and apologized. Now, I completely agree that Quad does not take accountability. I feel like she just doesn't take accountability. And I feel like it is interrupting how the show is going. Honestly, I feel like, yes, the show has been really good this season, but I feel like it would have even been a lot better if we see some growth from Quad. I feel like we haven't seen much growth. Like, we've seen the physical growth, but we have not seen growth in her as a character on the show. And I think that she really needs to evolve a lot more. Like, we need to see something more. Like, I feel like with Toya, for instance, we've seen some evolution of who she was from the start, right? Before, she was pretty much, as far as what we were seeing on the show, not really doing much, aside like taking care of the children, which is a full-time job, don't get me wrong. But now it seems like we're seeing her evolve. We're seeing her this season. She seems in a better place, a lot more calmer. We're also seeing the way she's interacting with a lot of the castmates this season as well. We're also seeing the fact that she has business going on. We're seeing a more business side of her. I feel like she's evolving as a character on the show, right? Started off as a stay-at-home mom, we're seeing her evolve. We're seeing her personality evolve. We're seeing growth. But I don't feel like we're seeing that same growth from Quad as a character. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't mean she's not experiencing growth in her life. We're just not seeing it on the screen. I feel like I will want to see her evolve into someone who takes accountability. There's no reason for you take accountability for your part, right? Yes, other people could also have their faults, which it is on them to take accountability for, but you take accountability for your part. That is just one thing I can't stand. I personally think that Quad only backs down with Heavenly because she knows with Heavenly it can escalate and it can go all the way, and Heavenly will go below the belt. Okay? As much as she knows that she can hold her own, with Heavenly she can't. Let's be completely honest, right? And so I feel like that's why she lets Heavenly have it. And that's why she was able to acknowledge in that moment and relent. And then they just ended up kicking. Let's talk about Simone and Cecil, right? So they were making a collage and Simone was basically talking to Cecil about their son, right? And he's the same one they've been talking about, hasn't finished college. So they were continuing the conversation. So Simone was trying to find out what conversation Cecil had with him in relation to school. Cecil was like, oh, he advised him to do an internship. I'm like, how do you advise that without speaking to the mom? You guys need to present a united front, right? I've talked about this in previous episodes of mine, so I'm not going to go into great detail on it, but you can go and have a look at the previous episode that I did. I talked about it, I broke it down, I went into so much detail. I even spoke about like certain personal experiences, so you guys go check it out if you haven't already. But seriously, I feel like it's one of those things where you think about it, right? You need to be on the same page. One parent can't be saying, oh, go do an internship, whilst the other is like, finish uni. You guys need to be on one accord, right? The other thing is, when Simone then said, oh, what happens if he's not finished uni by next May? Then Cecil was like, yeah, then he's not finished. Boy, what? Okay, I feel bad calling him boy, but seriously, no, bro. Nah, it's not right. You can't be like that. That's like just dragging things out. Like, it's important that you inspire, encourage, uplift, and push your children as much as you can, of course within reason, But I don't think it's reasonable that this keeps going on and on and on, and you're just dragging it out. Let this man finish university. Like, he's already started, right? So you might as well finish it off. He has 1 year left. Then just do it and get it done. Then you can do whatever it is you want with your life, right? That's my personal opinion. And if their plan is, okay, do internship, that's fine too. But you guys have to agree on it. It's not one parent going rogue and then discussing something with the kid, and then the kid is like, oh, this is what's going to happen. And also, I really shouldn't call him a kid because he's a grown-ass man at this point, and they need to be treating him like a grown-ass man. For some reason, Cecil is acting like one of those parents that does not want to let his baby go. Like, Cecil, he's a grown-ass man now. You're going to have to let him go. Now, let's talk about Fedra and her shenanigans, right? First of all, the delivery of the invites, I was like, this is giving me AI. I am loving it. It is funny. Like, it really was very exciting to like watch them deliver the invites. It was funny seeing Heavenly like staring at the invite, like running back in, like trying to see what's in it. I'm like, girl, I feel you. That's how I would be too, because I don't know who's at my door with invites. What is it about? I would have been like that too, so that's fair enough. But yeah, then let's talk about the resurrection event. I feel like the whole event was hilarious, although you can't pay me to stay in a casket as a living soul, honey. Like, so I'm not sure how much they paid Quad, but yeah, you ain't gonna catch me in any casket for a reality TV show playing Dead and Risen. Cut it out. But it was funny to me. Heavenly made this episode even funnier because she was laughing her ass off. I was there laughing, caught literally giggling and cackling. That's how funny it was to me. I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. So Quad pops out the casket and Toya is like, is Mariah gonna pop out too? I'm like, oh my God. Wouldn't that be amazing? Like, that would have killed it. Like, the show's rating will skyrocket if Mariah pops up like that. Bravo, if you guys are listening, please bring Mariah back. I'm ready. Let Mariah, shall I bring the receipts? I need Mariah to come back, please. Like, Mariah is a huge part of the show. And I feel like if she's even on this season, it would have been even more fire. Like, literally. I feel like Mariah, you guys need to bring Mariah back. But enough about that. Let me know in the comment section, actually, guys, if you guys would want Mariah to come back. Let me know. I know there's probably some mixed views on that, but I'll be curious to know what you guys think. So Quad gave her long-ass speeches. I honestly can't stand her long-ass speeches. If I was her friend, I would just be like, girl, get to the point, please. Like, what is the point? Where are you trying to get to? Okay. So she talks about, like, you know, she's ready to move on and put the past in the past and ready to bury the hatchet and all of that. And she basically said to Jackie, you know, are you with me? And Jackie's like, what? When I tell you I was cracking up. This episode was funny to me. Honestly, it was too funny. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm just like, okay, girl. And then she moved around and finally got to Toya. And so she's like, you know, Toya, are you ready to move on? I saved you for last for a reason, baby. I'm like, girl, seriously. So Toya is like, well, you've done a lot of things to me, right? And then she starts acting like she doesn't know what she's done. I'm like, Quad, this is my problem with you as a character, your behavior on the show. You could be a nice lady out of the show, but on the show, this is my issue with you, right? If someone calls you out on something you've done, right? If you say someone conspired, right, to rob somebody, that is serious. That is a serious allegation. It's not the same thing as us throwing shit and being like, oh, are you sleeping with this person? Are you sleeping with that person? That is completely different. That is completely different. You saying that I pretty much planned a robbery is insane. It is beyond it for me. That is absolutely out of order, right? And you shouldn't be able to get away with it and move on without taking accountability. Yes, I'm sure there will be people saying, oh, Toya has done things to Quad in the past. Yes. And they've both done things to each other. However, an accusation of that magnitude is massive. I'm sorry, especially when you said on the reunion you knew it was a lie, but you still said it, right? So seriously, what did you think was going to happen? That she would just be like kumbaya the next season? You also talked about her husband's penis being small. So what do you think is going to happen without an apology? Like, seriously, if someone did that to you, you'd be out here being like, you are dead to me, or something crazy like that. So let's cut it out. So I feel like she needs to take accountability. Now, am I saying Toya is innocent? No. But you take accountability and she will too. You are the one that did something that is of that magnitude, and you're the one that wants you guys to be cool. So you should lead by saying, I acknowledge what I did. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I took that too far. And that's it. And then you can say, Toya, there's also some things that you have said to me that really hurt my feelings. And da. That's how you have conversations. If you really want to rise from the ashes like a phoenix or whatever Fedra was saying, you need to take accountability. For anything to move forward, you have to take accountability. So anyway, Sweet Tea and Heavenly kind of got into it. And Sweet Tea stood up. And Heavenly stood up as well. I'm like, Sweet Tea girl, you know you're not about to hit Heavenly. Let's be honest. So you should have just sat down. Don't stand up unless you're ready to fight. That's just what I think, right? Or someone is in your face. That's different, right? Don't be standing up unless you're really ready. And it was clear that Sweet Tea was not ready. She was just waiting for someone to come and hold her. Let's be clear. But it was interesting when Sweet Tea said that Heavenly literally hit Dr. Damien with a frying pan. I'm like, okay, interesting. I personally like Sweet Tea. I feel like Sweet Tea is very good for the show. I think she's authentic. I think she's not really trying to perform. She's just there, just going through it. And I feel like that's really what the show needs. It just makes everything just seems a lot more smoother, and I just like the way the cast mesh. Like, it's like two newbies, but still they're so meshed nicely into the cast that it doesn't feel like they're new, if that makes any sense. Let me know what you guys are thinking about, like, Phaedra and Sweet Tea being on this season. Are you enjoying it so far? Are you not? And let's talk a little bit about Quad and Toya again when they were sitting next to each other. First of all, who in their right mind will put Toya and Quad right next to each other? You guys knew what you guys wanted, and I'm sure the producers had something to do with it. Maybe I shouldn't say I'm sure. I think the producers may have had something to do with this. This is all in my opinion. It is alleged, and like DJ Richie Sky would say, get me the alleged banner. Let me put the alleged banner, allegedly, but yeah, he cracks me up, honestly, when he talks about alleged, let me go ahead and put the banner up. I'm like, yes, sir. But seriously, Quad, why would you put your hands in someone's face? Let me say this, if anybody ever puts hands in my face, you're ready to get those hands slapped out of my face. I'm just saying, because for me, that is you coming into my personal space. That's as good as you throwing the first punch. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna defend myself, and that's exactly what that is. So I don't like when people talk and then put hands in your face. You can use your words, no need for hands. And I was just looking at Quad like, girl, you remember Toya from season 1? She could whoop that ass. I'm just saying. Because I know you have the mouth, but you can't whoop nobody's ass. I will say that. So maybe you should keep those hands to yourself, honey. Keep those hands to yourself. Those are the key things that I picked up from today's episode. Let me know if I missed anything that was really important. But I didn't really think. I just picked out the things I thought was important and I wanted to talk about. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys thought of this episode. Give this video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. And I will see you guys later. Bye.